Hi, I'm Denise McNamara, and welcome to News 6. Today, News 6 is being presented by Mr. Murphy's 6th grade class at Fort Jennings Elementary School in Fort Jennings, Ohio. Our town has an interesting history, and here with a closer look at it is Dean Von Sossen.
Fort Jennings is a small town located in the southwest corner of Putnam County. Our town takes its name from a fort built during the War of 1812 under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel William Jennings. The fort was mainly used as a supply station for General Matt Anthony Wayne. Although the original fort is long gone, a monument was erected on the bank of the Auglaize River in September of 1976 to mark the site. After the fort was built, the first permanent settlers began moving into the area in the 1820s. One spot in town which helps us remind us of our past is Memorial Hall. The hall, which is used for various civic affairs, contains display cases housing historical materials such as Indian relics, early county maps, and military articles.
Thanks, Dean. Now here's Brenda Manley with a story about one of Fort Jennings' important businesses. One of the most familiar landmarks in Fort Jennings is the Equity Grain Elevators. This large facility is used to store various types of grain. Recently, one of the older elevators was torn down, and a newer structure was put up in its place. Sandy Osendorf talked with Roger Breaker to find out more about the new elevator and its operation.
Breaker, how long has it taken to build the new elevator?
Approximately 1 year.
How was it built?
It was built by digging the footers, pouring the walls over the footers, setting steel on the concrete for the bends to set on. The bends were then erected, and legs for receiving were put in, and then they'll be piped down to the bends.
Is it bigger than the old elevator?
No, it's approximately the same size, only there's fewer bends, which hold more, which make it more efficient operation for us.
What kinds of grains do you store?
We store corn, beans, wheat, and oats.
Could you show us around?
Sure, I'm glad to. Okay, Sandy, our ear corn is dumped down here, goes over to the shelled, up the legs over here, up to the scales, way up the top. It's then weighed and then dropped down into our garner bin. Then from our garner bin, it comes out into a spout and back in the leg and then runs back up to one of these other bins again. Sandy, this is our main control center of the whole operation. The one with the light on there tells us which bin our grain is going into, and the one to the left is the one that tells us when our bins are full, we light up the one and the horn will blow. And these other valves down along the bottom here, they're all our control valves that control the flow of our grain out of these bins. When we go to mixing grain, we can open one 25%, another one 25%, and a third one 50%, to mix our grain to suit our needs. Okay, Sandy, let's go back and watch them dump a load of grain.
Thanks to Mr. Breaker for showing us around. One of the most important places in Fort Jennings is our park. Here's Brad Meals with a story about it.
Could you imagine having a family picnic among the garbage and debris of landfill? The people of Fort Jennings couldn't either. They put forth a lot of work and conservation efforts and turned a combination garbage dump and junkyard into one of the most beautiful parks in Putnam County. The Fort Jennings Park is located on Highway 189 next to the Auglaize River. The park contains 2 baseball diamonds, a tennis court, playground equipment, and also provides plenty of room to play many other games. Various activities take place in the clubhouse and the shelter house throughout the year. An Easter egg hunt is held in the spring, and in the summer there is an annual carnival for the park benefits. The convenient location of the park next to the Auglaize River provides a great spot for fishing. The Fort Jennings Park is a special place to the people of Fort Jennings. Plenty of hard work went into the planning and the construction of it, and we all agree it was worthwhile.
Thanks, Brad. Now here's Brian Ricker with a story about a great fundraising event.
Last October, some of the people in our class participated in the second annual Fort Jennings bikeathon for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Not long ago, we retraced the bikeathon route especially for New 6. The bikeathon is one of the most important charity events held in Fort Jennings, and last year it attracted nearly 90 riders. To be eligible, a rider had to be at least 8 years old. Everyone participating in the bikeathon had a sponsor for every mile they rode. The greatest distance traveled was 30 miles. Most of the participants rode this far, but some didn't quite make it. If a rider's pledge totaled $25, he received a St. Jude's t-shirt. And if the pledges were for $75 or more, the rider was awarded a t-shirt and a backpack. After the participants were finished, they were served free refreshments. This bikeathon helped raise nearly $1,900 in pledges to support St. Jude's Hospital.
Thanks, Brian. That's it for News 6 today. Next week, News 6 will be presented by Mrs. Kendall's and Mrs. Baker's classes at Woodside Middle School in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Thanks for watching.